this exercise, we are not going to implement two classes. We are going to do all the things in this two-dimensional array one class. Okay. So in here, first we need to get the user input. So can anyone say what is the which package we need to import to get the user input? I think you have learned that one. Can anyone mention which package we need to import, which class? Yeah, scanner class. Okay. We need to import the scanner class from java.util package. Okay. So before this class, we can type, if you need to import some package, you need to type import. Okay. After that, you need to mention where it is by using dot sign. We can say Java util. Then we are going to import scanner class. Okay. So by using this scanner, we can uh, allow user to enter some values. Okay. So let's remove this hello world print command. Now what we need to do, if you need to use any methods, any variables inside this scanner class, you should create a object for that one. Otherwise, you cannot use this one. Even you import this one without creating object, you cannot do anything. Okay, so let's create a object for this one. We can type scanner. Then for the name, we can just type sc, then equal sign, after that new, then again scanner, inside the brackets we need to type system.t. Okay, normally you used this one in what is that, double op, right? So same as that, you can just create a object for this scanner. Okay. uh, Next one, after this one, we need to declare a two-dimensional array. Normally, first let's declare array. Normally, how to declare array? We need to type the data type of the array, then square bracket to mention this is a array. Then we need to give the array name, then equal sign. After that, we have assign value like this way. Okay. But in here, we are going to use two indexes. So if you need to mention, if you need to declare two-dimensional array, what you need to do, you need to add two squares. Okay. You need to add two square brackets. Then you need to type, what is that, name of the array. Then you need to type new keyword. Okay, in here, if you need to declare two-dimensional array, after the data type of the array, you need to add two square brackets, then array name, after that equal sign new, then again you need to mention integer and two square brackets. Inside that square bracket, you need to mention the what are the size of that two-dimensional array. Okay, so according to this one in here, okay, in here it mentioned 3 rows and 5 columns. Okay, so what we can do, uh, we need to mention 3 for the first one, 5 for the second one. Okay, that means 3 rows and 5 columns. Okay, that is how you declare a two-dimensional array with the size. Okay, and also this one is for get the user inputs. This one is for also get the user inputs. Okay, so if we draw this one 3 into 5, let's see what is what are the things in here. We should have three rows. That means in this side we should have 3 rows, and in this side we should have 5 columns. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. Okay, This is our two-dimensional array. In here, if we write the indexes in here for the column side, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. For the what is that row side, it is 1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, this is our two-dimensional array with the 3 rows and 5 columns. Next, uh, after this one, what we can do, we can just show some sentence to user like enter 15 elements. Why is that? Because we have 15 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Or else you can multiply 3 into 5. That means 15. Okay. So what we can do by using south, we can display some sentence for the user like enter 50 elements for the array. Okay, so we can display some sentence for the user, because otherwise user don't know at that time what he or she need to do. Okay, after that what we can do by using for loop, we need to get the value from the users, and we need to store those value according to these 3 into 5 array. Okay, so what we need to do in here, we need to assign those value one by one to these places. Okay, to these places we need to assign values one by one. So for that one, we need to use for loop. Okay, if you need to do one, if you need to do same thing at multiple times, you should use what is that, for loop or else while loop, for each loop. It's up to you. You can use any loop, but in here, it is better to use traditional for loop. Okay, so for the for loop, we need to add three things. So first, let's create a variable called I, and we can assign 0 for that variable. Then this we can call for this for loop. We can call for this for loop normally outer loop. Okay, outer for loop or else outer loop, we can say like this way for this for loop. After this one, inside this for loop, we can type another for loop. Okay, we can type another for loop. For this one, we can say this is the inner for loop. Okay, inner for loop or else inner loop. Okay, this outer loop will control the rows. This inner for loop will control the columns. Okay, so this outer for loop, that means the loop which is control the rows. So we need to add a condition to go through the rows. So I should less than what is the size of row. It is 3, right? It should go through 3 elements. So we can type I less than 3. Then what we can do, finally we should increase the I. Okay, this is the condition for outer for loop, which is control the rows. Then the condition is I less than the size of the row, it is 3. Okay, so next one is the inner loop. Okay, so in this for loop, we need to create another variable. For this one, we can just simply get the j. So we can assign 0 for this j variable. Then what we need to do, we need to add a condition. So in this time, we need to add the condition to go through the columns. So what is the column size? It is 5. So in here, we can just add the condition like j less than 5. Then what will happen? It will iterate until this condition satisfied. That means it will iterate five times. It will begin with the 0. Then for the 0, it is first iteration. For the 1, it is second iteration. For the 2, it is third iteration. For the 3, it is fourth iteration. Uh, yeah, likewise, it goes. Then finally, we need to increase the j. Okay, normally we need to add three things. First, we need to add the variable. Second, we need to add the condition. Third, we need to increase or decrease the our variable for the iteration. So inside this one, what we can do, we can just display user to enter which indexes you need to which value you should insert. Okay, for example, let's assume now at this moment inside this for loop we are going to display one sentences. That means like this way, we are going to display enter element enter element at like inside the quotation 0 then 0. Now at this moment user know you need to insert a value for this place, this 0 0 indexes place. Okay, so in the next time it should display enter element element at 0 1. Okay, that means for the this place. Likewise, we need to change these two. Okay, it is just a display, or else you can you can ignore this one. Otherwise, if you need to create a like a user friendly interface, you should uh, clearly mention what are the things user should do. Okay, so what we can do inside this inner loop for loop, we can just by using shout command, we can display a sentence to the user like enter element at in here we need to mention this one. Okay, we need to mention this one, we need to mention this one, but inside this thing will change. Okay, so for the to mention the value inside this thing we can use I and j. Then each and every iteration the value of I and j will change. Okay, so in here what we can do, enter element at, then we can type what is that square bracket, then after this one we can add plus, then we can first display the I for this one. For first index we can display I, then again plus sign, then we can add the what is that again double quotation. After that we can close that bracket of this I. Okay, now up to now we have displayed this one, that is first square bracket and closing bracket of first one and inside the value. By using this way one we can display that one. Okay, after that we need to add a plus sign again. uh, Before this one we can add another opening bracket of square bracket, then we can type j again plus, then we can add the what is the double quotation. Inside this one we can just close square bracket. Okay, that's it. Okay, so by using this one it will display in the first iteration, it will display what is that, it will display 0 like this way. Okay, with the square bracket it will display 0 in the first iteration. For this part, for the this part it will display again 0 because at the beginning I and j equal to 0. So in the second iteration this will display like still what is that, I equal to 0 but j will increase, then it is 1. So in the third it will 0, then this should be 2. Likewise it goes. After that, after this j for loop, this inner for loop end, it will go back to again to this for loop. So at that time, I will increase to 1. Then I 1, then after that 0, then I 1, after that 1. Likewise, it will go through each and every element by using this one. Okay. Okay. If we, yeah, that's all for this display some user friendly sentence for the user to which value you should enter for which question. Okay. After this one, what we need to do now, we need to store the values in our two-dimensional array according to the user input. So what we can do, we can use that name of the array. Then inside the brackets, we can mention what are the uh, indexes, our object, our created object is sc. Then by using this one, we can call next int method. Okay, by using this one, it will get the value one by one, and it will store in our uh, positions. Okay, that means in the first iteration, this will become a arr 00. So at that time, when the user input some value, it will assign let's imaging user insert 15. Then this will divide. This 15 will stay. That is the idea of this line. Okay, it will store the user entered value in correct position. Okay, now by using this outer and inner for loop, we can get the inputs from the user and we can store those inputs in the correct position. Okay, so that's all for this for loop. Okay, in here we are not going to implement any other classes to have different methods. In here we are going to do each and everything inside this main method. Okay, at the beginning we have create object for get the user input. Then we have created the our two-dimensional array by mentioning the size of the rows and columns. Then we display some sentence to the user. Then we have implemented two for loops. First one is outer, second one is inner. First for loop is for the rows, second for loop is for the columns. After that, we have display user friendly uh, sentence for the user to mention insert the value to insert to these position. Okay, finally we will store those inserted user inputs in the correct position. Okay, so after this one, what we need to do, we need to display the values. Okay, after user insert the values, we need to display. So before displaying that one, again we can add a shout command to display like this way. We can add a new line before display this sentence. We can add the 3 into 5 two-dimensional array. Okay, two-dimensional array. So we are going to display the value of this array, two-dimensional array. By using this for loop, we have assigned value for our two-dimensional array. Now we are going to display the values which stored in the our two-dimensional array. So to display also, we need to have outer for loop and inner for loop, because if you have only rows, what you can do, you can use only one for loop. But in here we have two things, rows and columns. So to go through those two rows and columns, you should have two for loop. For the first one, you can call outer loop. For the next for loop, you can call the inner loop. So in here also you can add two for loop. First one is for go through each rows for display the element. So let's add first for loop. This is the first for loop. Next inside this for loop, we can add second for loop. Okay, that means inner for loop. So let's add a condition for the first for loop. First one is we need to create a variable. So we can create a variable called I, and we can assign 0 for that variable. Then we can add the condition I less than 3. That means the size of the row is 3. Then finally we can increase the I. This is the what is that, outer for loop. Then let's add the condition for inner for loop. We can create a new variable called j. Then we need to add the condition. In here it will go through the all the columns, so we need to add the condition j less than to 5. That means 5 is the size of the columns. Finally we need to increase the j. Likewise, we should type these three things for these outer loop and inner loop. Okay. Finally, what we can do, we can just simply display those elements by using south. Okay, by using south, we can display. But in here, how you should display, by using this array name. Okay, our array name is ARR. Then inside the first uh, square bracket, you should mention I, because in the beginning I mentioned I this first we should mention the rows. What is the number of rows? Then what is the number of columns? So first one is I, second one is J. After that, what we can do, you can add some tab space between those values, right? You can add tab space by using backslash t. Okay, I assume you know this one. Normally with the backslash n means it will start from the new line. Backslash t means it is at the tab space for the this one. Okay, so next, after this first after this inner for loop, we can add the new line. Okay, by using south, we can add the new line like this way. Okay. Finally, what we can do, we can close our object. You know these things, we can close our object. After this two for loop, after this one, we can close our scanner object. Okay. So if I explain this one, let's see like this way. For example, let's imagine in the first iteration. Okay, in the first iteration, in the first iteration, what will happen? Uh, for the I, the value of the I equal to 0. For the value of j equal to 0, at the in the first iteration, these two conditions are true. Then let's see what will happen for this line. Okay, in the first iteration, ARR inside the square brackets, I equal to 0 and j equal to 0. The position of this value will display. For this example, it is 50. Okay. In the next one, still it is still I is equal to 0, because still we are in this inner for loop. After this condition false only, it will go back to the outer for loop. Okay, so in next time j will increase by 1, so j will equal to 1. Likewise it will goes on 0, then 2. Okay, let's see final step what will happen. Okay, now let's assume ARR I equal to 0, then j is equal to final one is 4, right? 0 4. After that what will happen? J again increase by 1. Now what is the condition? 5 less than 5. At this time this condition will false. Okay, so what will happen? This for loop is not going to work. Then it will go back to the outer loop. At this time I should increase. So according to this one, I should increase by 1. So ARR in the first square bracket, it became a 1. So next it again go inside this what is that, inner loop. Okay, in this time j equal to 0. Then again arr1 j equal to 1. Likewise, it goes after when this for loop condition is false, then it will stop the execution of this for loop and go back to the outer loop. Again, it will do the things continuously, okay, until these two conditions satisfied. Okay, likewise, it will display all the elements inside this uh, two-dimensional array. Okay, so this is the code for our two-dimensional array. Let's wait, I will remove some spaces. Okay, so first we have created object for scanner. Then we have created our two-dimensional array with the rows and columns. Then we display some sentence. After that, by using for loop, we get the user inputs and inserted to the correct positions. After that, by using another two for loops, by using those two for loops, we have displayed all the values inside our two-dimensional array. Okay, it will display like this way. Enter 15, 15 elements for the array. Enter element and 0, 0. Okay, enter element at 0, 0. Okay, in here, what we can do? Okay, in here, we can enter 15 and hit enter. After that, you can see it will increase the j. Okay, not the I, still it in the 0 it increase the j. So let's add another value 10. Okay, again 20, 8. Okay, this moment after I add some value and enter, what will happen? Can anyone say after this position? Now I have entered value for the 0, 0. I have entered the value for the 0, 1, for the 0, 2, for the 0, 3, 0, 4. I will enter value like 7. After I hit enter, what will happen? Again, this j will increase, so I will increase. Okay, yeah, it will, yeah, I will increase 1 and yeah, correct. Then j again become a 0. Okay, yeah, it will go to the second row. That means in the first iteration, uh, we will insert all the element for this row. Now I will increase means we are going to insert the value for second row. After that, we need to insert the value for third row. Okay, let's hit enter. What will happen? Okay, this movement it is 1 0. That means it will move to the second row and it will insert the value of second row first position. Okay, let's add the value 6, then 2, then 4, then 8. Okay, then 6. Now when I enter, it will increase again. What is that? Again, it will increase the I by 1. Why is that? Because now j is equal to 4. After I enter, j became a 5. At that time, this condition will false. Because of that condition is false, it will go back to again go back to the outer loop by increasing I by 1. Okay. So now it is 2 0. So let's randomly add some values. 4, 9. Okay. Now what is that? Yeah. Now we can see the value of the rows. It is 50, 10, 20, 8, 7, then 6, 2, 4, 8, 6, then 3, 8, 5, 4, 9. Okay. Likewise, you can get the display the values like this way, or else you can display this value like what is that? Like this way. Wait, I will show. Try to display. I will give time. Try to display these things by this way. Okay. Normally it is display like this way. You should display these things like this way. 5, 10, 20, 8, 7. In the next row, it is 6, 2, 4, 8, 6. Okay, in the third row, it is 3, 8, 5, 4, 9. Okay, okay. You can, I will give 10 minutes. You can try. Please try to display this way. Okay, these output should display like this way. Okay, it's your task. Now you know how to implement a method for get the user input and store those inputs in the correct position and how to display. But in the display you should do some small changes to display these values in this format. Okay, try to do that one. After that, please send your output screenshot